Hey everybody, welcome to SETTA'S Place. Today's video is to show you how I make a solid square. This is how I get started. I'm going to insert how I do this part because it's the same way I do a traditional granny square. So I'm going to insert that clip and show you how to do this part. And then I'll be back to show you what to do from here to make it solid. So I do my regular slip knot. And we're going to start, and you can do, there's different like I said, different ways, but this is just the way I start mine. So this, I like to chain 4 and then go back into the first stitch and make a slip stitch like that. And now you have a little circle. I'm gonna work over this tail. I'm gonna chain 1. Then I'm going to go back into the center of the circle and make a double crochet. That first, that chain does not count as anything. So that's 1 double crochet. We're going to do 2 more. Like that. Chain, I like to chain 1. Some people, you can chain 2 if you like, but I just chain 1. Go back into the center and make 3 more double crochets. Like that. And I kind of scooch it over so, because this is actually the corner. It's the center, but it's really going to be the, how corners are formed. So chain 1. 3 double crochets while I'm working over the tail, back into that center, like that, chain 1, and then go back into the center and 3 more double crochets. Like that. Chain 1, and then slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet. Like that. And there is our center. Okay, so now that you're here, you have your 4 corners. We're going to make this we're going to fill this in and make it solid. Chain 1. So we're going to go back into this space, and we're just going to do 2 double crochets. And then we're going to put a double crochet on top of each stitch. So there, there's 3 here, 1, 2, 3, but this one gets kind of hidden, so you have to pull it back to get the top of that first one. So that you don't want to skip that one unless you're trying to do maybe some decreasing or something like that. But make sure you have 3 stitches. So you do 3 double crochets. That's 1 on top of each stitch. Like that. Then you have your next space. You're going to do 2 double crochets. I still chain 1. I don't do chain 2 because I don't want my hole to be too big, so I just chain 1. Go back into that open space and do 2 more double crochets. And then same thing, you need to have 3 stitches here. So you need to kind of pull that one to get the top so you can see the top of it. And do 1 double crochet on top of each stitch. Like that. Okay, we're going to do that all the way around. 2 double crochet in the corner, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochet in the same space. And then 1 double crochet on top of each stitch across until you get to that space, and do another corner. There's 3 more stitches. Like that. So I'm back to the beginning. So you're going to do put 2 double crochets into that same space on the corner. And then I'm going to, what I like to do is do a half double crochet to connect it to the first stitch. Like that. It makes it easier to come back, to work back into this hole. Like that. Okay, for the next round, I chain 1 and I do 2 double crochets into this space. And that starts your corner. And then you're going to do the same thing, 1 double crochet in every stitch across. Make sure you don't miss that first one. Just make sure you don't overlook it, because it looks a little weird right here. But you can count if you want. You should have 2 that's in the corner. Then you have 3 that's in the center. And you have 2 that's on the other corner. Okay, so we're going to do a double crochet on top of each stitch. And then we're at the corner, so that's going to be 2 double crochet, chain 1 and 2 double crochet in the same space, and then 1 double crochet on every stitch across, same as before. Okay, I want you to continue doing that until we get back to the beginning, and then I'll show you, how to connect it when we get back over here. Okay, I'm back over here, and I need to add 2 double crochets into that space to finish the corner. And then, like I said before, I like to do a half double crochet to connect instead of a slip stitch, like that. And that is how you do a solid square, because you just can keep continuing this row over and over again until you get it to size that you like. There is one thing, if depending on your tension, depending on the size of the yarn, what size hook you're using, sometimes your square might start getting like wavy a little bit, like that. You know how it gets a little wavy? What I do, if it starts doing that, I just do a decrease by eliminating one of the stitches on every corner. So let's say if it was starting to wave right now, I would chain 1, go back into the corner and do my 2 double crochets. And you know how I tell you to move back to make sure you get this first stitch? This is where you would just skip over that stitch. Don't even put anything on it. Just skip over it and go on to the next one. And you work your way all the way across, just like you normally would. So you basically did a decrease because you skipped over a stitch, so there's one less stitch. So it brings it in a little bit. And you keep going until you get to this side, and you do the same thing. Let me go ahead and get over there. So I made it to the corner. I still do my 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. So the way you did, like normally you would scooch that over, and there's that stitch, top of that stitch. But we're going to skip this one, skip this top one right here, and go on to the next. So you don't even have to scooch it out. You could just leave it, you know, covered up if you want to skip it, and then just continue on and do that each time, like that. So you can't even tell or anything. And just do that for a round or maybe 2 rounds, depending on how wavy yours is, or you could do it every other round, or just however yours is looking, because you don't want to do too much, it'll start going in. So just maybe occasionally, you know, take away one of the stitches, or, you know, it's up to you. And don't forget to pull this right here and cinch that closed. And but yeah, so that is how I do my solid squares that I do for my blankets, or just a regular granny square. All right, so I guess that is it for today. I'll talk to you later, and have a blessed day.